Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to introduce the Allen Bradley PLC family and Studio 5000 Logix software with basic setups, configuration of hardware parts, tax configuration and introduction to the PLC program. Let's start the history of Allen Bradley PLC. In 1903, Allen Bradley started the company with the help of Dr. Stanton Allen and formed as Allen Bradley. Allen Bradley is the brand name of several products in automation equipments and owned by Rockwell Automation. Rockwell Automation has PLCs, HMI, sensors, softwares, drives, controllers, contractors, and MCC panels. Allen Bradley PLC became major PLC manufacturer in USA and most popular PLC brand in the world. Let's start with the controllers. PLC2 and PLC3 was very old PLCs which was obsolete and was released in 1980s. PLC5 still used in many industries. We can make program by using RS Logic 5. Then in 1990s, SLC series PLCs introduced for small logic controllers which as integral part contains CPU, power supply and IOs. Then SLC5 series introduced with DH plus and Ethernet protocols. In 2014, MicroLogic PLCs family used with RS Logic 500 programming software. Then Compact Logix replaced with MicroLogics with reasonable price. The Control Logic family is very popular PLC with rack based having much faster scan rates. Also supports redundancy level of controllers used in various industrial applications. The PLC has advanced level of configuration such as safety, motion level controllers with standard connections. Now we are going to introduce Studio 5000 software, which is one of the popular software in automation field. Once you install the softwares, then go to Windows. From the application, you can find the FactoryTalk View Studio and Flash programming tools. We can see more on FactoryTalk View Studio on later videos. Now we will concentrate for Flash programming tools. Once you open the Flash programming tool folder, you can find Control Flash, Help and DMK extraction tools. Double click the Control Flash tool. This Control Flash tool is used to update the firmware of the controllers. Just click the next so you can find all the catalog number, that is the controller part numbers. Select the controller which you need to upgrade the firmware. Once you click the next, it will take little bit time to open the next page. In the next window, you can find the selection of your network, because this controller you can find in the Linux gateway, Ethernet or in any of the communication network. So once you select the network, just download for update the firmware. But in our case, I don't have any online controller now, so I will close this window. Again browse the application. And you can find Logix Designer SDK from the document only. If you go further down, you can find Rockwell software. If you click the Rockwell software folder, you can find complete Rockwell software applications such as SDK files, application document, boot P, DHCP tool, desk lock, diagnostic viewers, EDS hardware, Ethernet IP configuration commissioning, and FactoryTalk activation managers, administrative console, FactoryTalk DB connection configuration utility, and also diagnostic counter, FactoryTalk directory configuration, and also FactoryTalk Linux configuration importer, browser, and also for data test client, etc. And if you see further, you can find that factory talk views site edition client. This can be used for HMI and SCADA application. And if you go further down, you can find OPC test clients and also RS Link Classic and RS Link online resources, and also the SE administration, Studio 5000, site system explorer, everything. From our case, we need to open the Studio 5000. Double click the Studio 5000 application. Here you can find create, open and explorer. From here downside create, you can find new project. Double click the new project. If you have any existing project, open from existing. But in our, and also you have a lot of options for import, sample object for upload, etc. Now from our case we have to create new, so double click the new, create, and you can see factory talk view. From here you have two options, factory talk view ME and SE. Okay, ME is used for application which has panel view plus etc. If you give for view SE, you can open as for like a SCADA. Okay, now in our case we need to go for Logix. Here you can find all the compact and control logic controllers. So you can find all here, even emulate, etc. If you click the any one of the controller, in our case just I will click the control logic 5580. From there you have a lot of other controllers. See here 1756 model. So you can select, and also you can the default location, if you need you can change the default location. Just I will put the name called demo, and in the revisions I will keep 35. See, this is the default. And from the chassis, see, you can select the chassis, like example 10 slot as default. Even if you need, you can select 4 slot, 7 slot based on your project requirement. And the slot number you can change as well here, and in our case I will put 0. And also if you need for security, there is no protection, and also if you need for security you can configure the security level here. And after you configure this point, just give finish. Even see you have redundancy, you can enable the redundancy option as well. Now in our case just give finish, then it will take little bit time to open the Studio 5000 Logix Designer. This is powered by factory talk, and this Studio 5000 Logix Designer is one of the popular software in Rockwell or Allen Bradley PLCs. See, now Logix Designer was open, and from here you can find the complete overview of the software. See, if you click this here in the left side view, you can find the controller organization. See, in the Logix Designer upside you can find the project name, model number of your hardware, and the left side you can find all the controller demo and also the complete hardware configuration, tags and everything, how you are seeing in Unity Pro or any other applications. See, in the file you can find new, open, close, new components. You can add your component as well, and import the component also, it is possible. So you can import the tags, hardware configuration, everything. So this is for file, and edit it's as usual. And if you go for view, you can find toolbar, controllers, error, search and everything. For search also it is normal, like in the Logix you can find open, monitor tags, edit tags and produce tags, and also you can verify, build, IO forcing, everything is possible in the Logix application. See, and also from the verify you can find all the build controllers, everything. And if you go further for communication, you can find who active, and if you go, you have go online, upload, download, everything. If you double click the who active, you can find here the which controller is currently connected with our system. Okay, so if you find here, you have already, there is some controllers which configured in this application, you can find here. See, if you click the USB, if you connect the USB with your controller, you can find here enable the go online, go, everything. So you can connect very easily with your application. If you see this upload, download, everything you can do after you connect from the U active communication driver. So after you communicate, you can find this all program mode and everything. If you go for tools, this is very good, very important one. Double click the options in the tools, and you can find here the workstation options such as application, where exactly it is storing, and enable the project recovery, save times, number of backups you can make copy. And if you go for further for display, you can change the settings if you need for just. And also if you go for verifications, you can find all the duplicate bit detections, duplicate OI, everything. If you go for tag editor also, you can change the default tag type. So it will come always the default tag type. Now it will come integer, double integer, or if you need to change that one. And also you can change the array number of columns as well for boolean, integer, etc. If you go for further ladder editor, you can find the display here. See here you can configure the show routine descriptions and also run commands, and also this is for related to the editor, ladder editor. So you can change the configuration like setting of your ladder editor through this place, and for the color of the font color you can change as well. If you go for SFC editor, you can change the steps, transaction, actions, stops, and everything. And if you go for display also, you can change the justification, text boxes, everything, and also the color of your SFC editor. See background, foreground, everything, and even each one you can select the color and you can change the color as well for each factor of the SFC editor. If you go further, you can find for FBD as well. See down, and from the FBD you can change the color. See here you can find the each foreground and background colors. So from these options you can change. And also if you go for further for trend, you have sampling period, default is 10 millisecond, and this is the place where it's storing the trends. So this is the options in the tools. If you go for security, you can make a security for logon for your software as well, and also you can import the tags and also the components, alarms, alarm definitions, etc. Similarly for export as well, you can do the same, export these alarms, trends, and everything. And if you go further, see here you can find the device wizard. This device wizard, it is very useful tool to register a device files, same like GST file in Siemens, and also DTM files in Unity Pro. Okay, so similarly you have the files here. You can select the files and you can import the complete EDS files as well, EDS file for your any hardware or any third-party devices. If you go for customs tools, you can select the, see this is the default tool configuration. You just you just keep this one, or if you need to change the path, you can change the path from here. And if you go for custom tools, which we checked before, and you have here there is two called control flash plus and compare tools. Now if you go down further, you can see new, open, save, print as usual, find all, toggle, and also if you come further you can find verify the controllers, build the controllers, configure the source protections, lock all the protections, etc. This is for the components for security purpose. And if you go further down, you can find here run, OK, and you can select the options here. See here, go online, offline, upload, download, run the program, program mode, etc. If you go further, this tab, you can find here the forcing of IOs and SFC forcings, and also you can see the controller properties as well. And this is the one place you can configure your controller properties. And also we have in the controller organizer also you can configure the properties. See here you can check the revisions, controller types, chassis, and also you can change the slots. How you done in the initial stage, same you can modify here as well, and even you can change the controller here from directly here. See here you can find all the controller types. So which one you need, you can select from here. And if you go major faults, if there is any fault in the online, you can find directly here, even for the minor fault as well. And also the date and time, once it's online you can find the date and time on the current situation, and also you can synchronize your date and time as well. And if you go for further advanced, you can find here the fault handler and also the power handler, and also you can allow some of the consume tags, etc. And also if you go for SFC executions, you can use this property. And if you go, this is the default path of your project as well as your project name, where you can find easily. So this is the place you can find as well for your path locations. And redundancy, if you have any redundancy, you can enable the redundancy. And also you have advanced level of configuration for the redundant CPU. If you go further for alarms and also security, you can configure here for security levels, port configurations you can add here, and also for internet protocols, if you have anything you can configure from this place. And you can find here the capacity of your CPU, and here you can find the non-volatile memory. So this is the overview of controller properties. And also you can find here, see, find all forces and SFC forces. So you can, even if you have anything forced values, you can find from here directly. So the control properties same like what you clicked in the downside. This is the similar, you can find the second place for control properties. And if you go further here in this tab, you can find all the normally open close contacts and everything for Logix programming part. And if you click here, then the view, you can enable or disable the controller organizer or logical organizer. See, from this controller logic organizers, you can find the tags at the early first stage. Here, see, controller tags. These controller tags contains the demo, program, equipment phase, add-in tags, etc. If you go for further, because now there is no tags because you did not configure any hardware part in this place. So once you configure this hardware part, it will be automatically linked with controller tags. So if you have only the backplane, see here you have right click and change. If you need to change the backplane, you can change directly. See, this is the 10 slot backplane, and you have 4 slot, 7 slot, 13 slot, etc. So you can change directly from here by right clicking the particular configuration. And you just go there. Here, see here, if you double click, you can find the controller type as well, properties. So the Ethernet also you can find the same controller because it's having the Ethernet port as additional. So you can find the same controller here, 1756-LB81E. See, now I am going to right click with the backplane. So therefore it's not added any tags currently because you did not configure any IO devices. Okay, first you need to be configure the IO devices. If you see my old videos, you can know that the procedure. First you need to be configure the CPU. After you configure the CPU, you have to configure the hardware part, then tags, then program part. See, this is the logical organizer. It is having the same in the controller organizer, this is the program part. You need to be add your logics, and you can make the main routine and also some subroutine through under this main routine parameters in the program logics. See, even you can make the dock auto hide everything. And if you go for controller organizer, you can find the same part logic and see your model here. See in the main program, you can find the same things. If you go assets, you can find here the data types such as user defined, strings, add-on defined, predefined, everything. See, now this is the main parts here. Controller demo. Inside you have tags and tasks, and also in the controller you have tags, controller tags, and power handler and everything. If you go for tasks, you can find main program, main routine, everything. What we have here in the main program, you can find in the logical organizer as well. If you go further down, you can find assets. In the assets, you can find add-on instructions, user defined data types such as user defined strings, predefined, everything. And if you go further, logical model, you can find there is nothing. For if you go for IO configuration, see here you cannot find currently because you need to be click after the backplane. So you just right click after the backplane, you have new model. See here, this new module you can add your IO configuration. See, now just add new module. From here, see, you can find all the types of modules, example analog, communication, controllers, devices, safety, etc. So just from my case, just I will add the one digital input, one digital output, and analog input and analog output. So just what I will do now, I will collect the only digital. From the downside, you can see all the model of the digital input. Not digital input, digital input plus output as well. See, here you can find AC input, DC inputs, and also some of the TTL inputs, etc. So you need to select your IO card. So if you have the bill of material at earlier, you can select, you can directly type your part number, it will appear here directly. But in our case, just in the right side, you see here all these digital, it will be selected with Rockwell Automation or Allen Bradley PLCs. See, the other hardware, if you have anything, you can find from this location. See, in the right side of the table, you can find that as well. But in our case, all it is available in Rockwell Automation. So this is the part number 1756 is an normal, like 1756 is standard, and after that if it is coming like high means IEA means this is the input like AC inputs, and if the model number you can find 32, 8, 16, it's mentioned at the end. This means this is the channel numbers, so you can find very easily. And if you go see, you have a lot of IO cards and digital input as well as output card. So if it is I means it's input, and if it is O means that is output card. See, once I select any one of the inputs, see, you can find the general connection. See, general model number, what is the point number, which slot you need to select, and what is the parent, it is local or remote IO, everything it will mention. See, now just I added one digital input. Now I am going to add one digital output. See, this is the card. I am going to add 8 or 16 DO card. See, here 1756. See, this is the 8 channel analog output. You can find the connections here. You can select and change the types, and also you can select the output state as well. See, now I added the our digital output. Now I am going to add one analog input. See the second one, just select the analog input. You can find 1756.IF. This means analog input, and analog output means OF. And this analog normal IF means analog input. IR means it's like RTD, RTD, analog RTD, and also you can find IT. It is thermocouple, like this. So you just select your IO card for 8 channel. See, now I am going to select this 1756 IF 8i. Double click and you can find here voltage and current. See here you can find all the channels here. See, and also you can change the parameter. Even you can disable the channel, and also you can change the input type, current or voltage. And if you go for further, you can change 0 to 20 milliampere or 4 to 20 milliampere. And you can see this one having the default application 4 to 20 milliampere. So once you add it, see, it's added automatically once you click. And if you go further down, you can add for one analog output as well. See here, and for the analog output you just click OK. See, it's added. See, now we added one digital input, one digital output, one analog input, and one analog output. So once you complete this hardware configuration, then you have to move to tag configuration. Okay, just go upside. So you can find all the, see, if you need to add anything, you can add directly from the IO configuration. See, if you go for controller tags in this place, see, now see, already it's added, because after you configure your IO configuration, it will be add all your IOs. See here, local input, local one, this is first input, and you can see second, like local 2.C, 2.1, 2.0, like that. This means second input, and third input, like this. So it's added automatically from the default IO configuration. Directly it's linked with IO controller tags. So you can find your tags directly here. This is called local tags, which it's configured directly from the controller, from the monitor. This is for only for monitoring and configuration purpose. And if you see for second slot, see, you can find here local 2C, and this is 1. First you need to understand the tag configuration of Allen Bradley PLC. See, you can find here the third, this is for third and fourth. Okay, so if you go for controller fault and handler, in the controller fault handler you cannot find anything currently, and also power of handler you cannot find anything. And if you go further for parameters and local tags, see here you can find in the programs, equipment phase, add-on instructions, it is all, it's empty currently. Okay, but in the monitor tags you don't have any tags. And if you go for main routine, you can find the main application of your program. So this is the overview of the program part. Again, open the controller tags. From the controller tags, before you visit the monitor tags, now you can go to edit tags. From here also you can find all the tags which it's configured as predefined, as well as what tags you added from the system. So both tags you can find in the edit tags. See here, fault mode, fault value, program mode, program to fault enable, program value, etc. Data and fault. This is the overview configuration of controller tags. Okay, now we need to be configured by three ways. One, you can directly right click the configuration. See, not in the monitor, in the edit tag. See, in the monitor tag you have the value of monitoring the complete system. If you go for edit tag, just click the right your new tag. See, in this part, if you can type what you need exactly. Pump example pump 1 underscore run, and even you can change the data type here. See, already it's having double integer. I am going to change to bold. Once you add it, you can find the data type is boolean and the style is it's showing decimal. See, it's decimal. So you can change. Otherwise, you can right click the controller tag and you can find new tag. From the new tag you can add the tag. This is the second way to add your new tags. So you can find here name, description, usage, data type, and if you go analyze for and also data type, you can change to boolean. See, once you connected, it will be added automatically. So this is the one way to add your new tags. So you added already 2 tags, and if you go for in the main programs, even if you need to configure the main program or it is subroutine program, you can add here directly. And if you click further down, you can find parameters and local tags. See here, and here you can add, this is the controller tags and this is the parameter and local tags. This local tags you can use for anything for memory, internal memory, or any local tags you can add directly here. See, I'm going to add one tag here directly. Pump underscore status, and the status, see here usage, it is mentioning that local tag or input parameter, etc. And data type you can add here directly. Similarly, you can add one more signal. See here new local tag, you can add the tag directly, the tag itself. And here one of the beauty, you can select for which place you need to be add this tag. Example, this is for main program or sub program, you can add directly for that. But in the controller tags you cannot do that actually. It is like common for all. But here you can select the particular scope. See here, this is for all, this is for main program. So this is one of the beauty of these parameters and local tags, because it's under local. See, you can add here also, add new routine and new tags as well as here. See here, and also you can add the parameters, everything. Now in the main routine, this is the main program application. Okay, if you go for Siemens, you can tell that this is OB1. Similarly, you have here main routine. From here, just I'm adding tags. Double click the normally open contact and one open coil. So it will be added directly. Once you double click, it is empty operate. So double click or browse the place, and you can even enter your tag name, it will appear, or you can go drag you can select the particular one. See, so once you select the particular tag directly, and if there is no error, you can find very easily. This for pump command. See, the error gone now. So this means the application which you modified is okay. So how you know this one it's okay, because you have to compile now, and you will get the error in the downside if there is any error, but currently there is no error. See, you can add even new run and click in the in the line, and you can select your normally open contact or normally close contact or anything what you need, and you can select your logic, you can select your tag name tags directly from the browser. If you see all the applications like Unity Pro from Schneider or Siemens TIA or Studio 5, Studio 5000, the concept is same. Initially you have to configure your hardware, IO configuration, tag configuration, then after that you go for main program applications. Now just I am saving the application. See, there is no error currently. This means the application is okay and it's ready for downloading to the controllers. So you can build the application and you can download directly to the controllers. Now we can check the other things such as assets, like you see here data types. See, you can add here new user defined data type as well, and if you select the name, see, you can add the new member directly. So you have to, if you need to create now new UDT, you can do directly from that user defined. And also if you see here predefined, you can find lot of predefined data types. See, you can here axis, boolean, and everything what you have in the program part, you can find everything in this place. See, even it's having the default MOVs and also the counters, time, like some of the functions of timers, as well as for other parameters. If you go for module defined as well, you can find directly here. See here, timestamp for channels, and also the out communications, floats, everything. So this is for assets. Okay, if you go for alarm managers, you can find alarms, alarm definitions, etc. If you double click the alarm, see, you can add the new alarm directly. From here the alarm you can find, see, the status, advanced, you can add the status, everything. So this alarm manager, and you can find as well as trend also. See here, see, you can click new trend, add new trend, and give the name and give the sample point. So it will directly detect, and you can see the trend inside the Logix Designer as well. If you go for logic organizer, it will become everything what you have in the controller organizer in the program application, main program. You can find this all program in the same, in the logic organizer as well. And here you see, here you can add all the routine, so like sub main program, sub program, everything. See here, see here, you can select the application. Example, I will add one application. See here, new logic, and you can select the type, ladder logic or sequence, function chart, function block diagram, or see here you can find this logic, and you can add what logic you need. This is for sub program. From the main routine, you have to link this one to the this new logic to the main routine directly. So once it's linked, you can, it will be automatically linked with main routine, and it will work, the application will work directly. So this is the main overview of the Logix Designer in the Studio 5000 software. So in the next section you can find the remaining parts. Now just I will compile the application there is, you can see there is a routine cannot be reached at main routine. This means this one it's not connected with the main routine. And if you see the configure secure protection configuration, so you can find the application here. In the next section we will add more on configuration part of the PLC program part as well as the configuration of hardware, and we will simulate the application with the emulator, and we will check about the communication protocols. I hope you enjoy this video. If you have any doubts or need any more topics in instrumentation and control systems, please comment so I can provide as per that. If you like this video, please press the like button and share to your friends. Also subscribe for new videos. Thank you.